Greetings, SiNG Collective. How are you doing?
Good, Miss BJ.
Good, BJ.
Yes. We welcome you all to the sixth concert in our SiNG in Place bi-weekly series. And we hope y'all are safe, healthy, and sane wherever you are. We invite you to an evening of solidarity through music, spoken word, and calls to action. Now, tonight, our focus is environmental justice, the Poor People's Campaign, and the protection of the Union Hill community of Buckingham County, Virginia. We're also happy to announce that our SiNG in Place online concerts, for which so many of you have been generous and talented contributors, will continue monthly with our next concert on Thursday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern, and will continue forward on the third Thursday of the month. I'm Bernadette B.J. Lark, and I'll be joined this evening by so many special guests, as well as my phenomenal bandmates. Camry Harris of Martinsville, Virginia. Emily Blankenship Tucker of Ferrum, Virginia. Gabe Gavin of Charlottesville, Virginia. Graham Smith White, also in Charlottesville, Virginia. Lainey Sullivan of Richmond, Virginia. Joshua Vana and Kay Ferguson, our co-directors of ARTivism in Albemarle County. So please visit us on Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, and Instagram. Thanks for tuning in. Let's begin.
The ocean refuses, no river, no river. The ocean refuses, no river, no river. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. The ocean refuses, no river, no river. The ocean
Indeed, The Ocean Refuses No River was a SiNG collective creation for Wild Virginia and its recent Wild Streams Fest. Now you can learn more about the good work of Wild Virginia by visiting wildvirginia.org. Now, a song which reminds, as our world today continues to do, that everybody's got a right to live. The song was written by Frederick Douglass Kirkpatrick and Jimmy Collier, which was part of the soundtrack to the original Poor People's Campaign of 1968. Just a quick update, I am here in Roanoke, Virginia with my family. We are well, and I hope the same for you and your loved ones. I stand with those who take necessary actions of expressing disapproval and objection to police brutality, racism, and hate in all such forms. Virginia's working families struggling to make a decent life. Many fears, trials, and hardships we face both day and night. Economic, health, and housing, among many other things. Now it's time to stand together. We demand a change. Everybody's got a right to live. Everybody's got a right to live. From the richest to the poor, no one's valueless or more. Everybody's got a right to live. Fracking and pipelines in our Virginia neighborhoods. Destruction of our land and water, none of this is good. Senseless murders of our people, a sin we must despise. Value people over profit, we're running out of time. Everybody's got a right to live. Everybody's got a right to live. From the richest to the poor, no one values less or more. Everybody's got a right to live, to live. As the Virginia Theamusicologist for Poor People's Campaign, it is now my honor and privilege to introduce Reverend Dr. William J. Barber II, President of Repairers of the Breach, leader of North Carolina's Moral Mondays, and co-chair of the Poor People's Campaign, a national call for moral revival. Dr. Barber has picked up the mantle of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and has extended it to receive all people, a great work. Welcome, Reverend Barber.
Hello, how are you, Kay, and how are all the artists there? This is Reverend Dr. Barber, just calling you from the Poor People's Campaign, a national call for moral revival. I'm trying to do this right on my phone without it shaking, but I want you to know that we certainly honor the artists and all you're doing. Hope you all will join us, www.june2020.org, for the Mass Poor People's Assembly Moral March on Washington, a digital gathering. And as you know, we'll be focusing on ecological devastation and why we have to work together to address systemic poverty, systemic racism, ecological devastation, the denial of health care, and the war economy and the false moral narrative of religious nationalism. Look, we know that the universe has a rhythm. The rivers have a rhythm. The leaves have a rhythm. The air has a rhythm. I believe that when the sun comes up, it makes a rhythm. There are physicists that say everything in the universe has a rhythm. It has a melody sent from God. And none of us have the authority to disrupt those rhythms, for they are all important to the harmony of God's world. And so that's why we stand against environmental injustice, because it creates what Dr. King called jangling discords, And we're supposed to be in rhythm together. We're supposed to care for the earth and love the earth and not destroy the earth or destroy other people. And so I just wanted to come on this morning, as you all are engaged in artistic work, to say artists have always had to bring a rhythm and always had to bring their poetry and their drawings to the movement, so that the movement can have that rhythm as well, so the movement can move forward. And I just love what you're doing. I want you to know that Yara told me to make sure to give her a shout out as well, and how you're hooking up with artists around the world and around the country. So y'all stay at it. Listen, stay at it. And don't forget, justice is coming soon. Keep your eyes on the prize and hold on. Don't forget, ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. Don't forget, I need you and you need me. We all need each other in this place, in this earth. And don't ever forget that God's truth is marching on. No matter what's going on, God's truth is marching on. And so as the sun gives its rhythm as it rises in the east, and the sun gives its rhythm as it sets in the west, and the oceans and the rivers give their rhythm, and the very air blows to the rhythm of justice. Let us always be about the work of justice and be about the work of transformation. Just wanted you to know that. Love you so much. Remember now, keep your mask on, keep social distancing, take care of one another as we're working through this coronavirus. Do that. Care for one another, love one another, be mindful how we treat one another, and we'll make it through this. We'll make it through it singing, we'll make it through it rejoicing together, standing together, and on the other side of this, we'll sing how we got over, how we got over. Our souls look back and wonder how we got over. God bless you now. Take care.
Thank you, Reverend Barber. Now our next guest musician is Carl Spencer, who wrote the song How Much More. In homage and during early grief over the death of his teenage brother, Keontae Spencer, in 2016 at the hands of the Roanoke County Police, was honored to collaborate and sing with Carl to create this music with recording and production support from Jason Lambert. Now, Carl Spencer is a phenomenal individual who has held up justice for Keontae. As an older brother, Carl's unwavering strength on this path of justice for his brother has been honorable and humbling for me and countless others.
How much more? How much more? How much more can we take? How much more? How much more can we take? How much more? How much more till we break? How much more? They won't take my life away. Stand together, pave the way. How much more will we take? How much more?
No justice, no peace. Someone once told me lions don't lose sleep over sheep, but the sheep got guns and locked them up so the lions ain't free. They won't cage me, they won't faze me, they inspired me to stand against them, they empowered me. My brother's keeper, there's no freedom till we're all free. Black Lives Matter, man, I scream until I can't speak. What freedom, what peace, rest in peace, beings.
How much more can we take? How much more? How much more till we break? How much more? They won't take my life away. Stand together, pave the way. How much more will we take? How much more? Fuel the fire, I'm the flame. Hate so decay, let's save the day. How much more? Oh, how much more?
No justice, no peace. I gotta raise my voice for those who can no longer speak. Look what the system did to me. Chewed me up and spit me out, then took my brother from me. But I'm my brother's legacy, and I keep fighting, man, they haven't heard the last of me. Stand up, walk out, protest, boycott, fight, and take a knee. How much more will you take? It's been enough for me.
How much more can we take? How much more? How much more till we break? How much more? They won't take my life away. Stand together, pave the way. How much more will we take? How much more?
I'm Kate Ferguson. I'm co-director of ARTivism Virginia. Thank you, BJ and Carl and Jason, for that beautiful call to justice. To help with this ongoing struggle, sign the petition in the link below. During 2018, ARTivism Virginia was honored to serve the community of Union Hill with a repetitive event called Circle of Protection, which was an outdoor churchyard gathering of prayer, story, and song. Our house band, our steady and ready and ever-inspiring musician, was our next guest, Evelyn Dent, who tonight joins us with another of her talents, that of poet. Welcome, Miss Evelyn.
I don't put my trust in man. My Bible is my roadmap. No matter how much pain, sorry if you don't understand. My God is always in command. Read your Bible for yourself. God's word is fulfilling every day. It's up to us to do as we please, so I'm going to go God's way. This world is not my home. I'm just passing through this rough and rocky road, praying and trusting in God to continue to carry my load. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us, Miss Evelyn. Next, on SiNG in Place, we're delighted to have with us a New York City-based trumpet player, Angelicia Rogers. She's a native of Virginia, holds a master's and bachelor's in music, and currently works in the education department at Jazz at Lincoln Center. She travels throughout the U.S., and you can learn and listen to more of her music and work at trumpetistmusic.wordpress.com. Now, ARTivism has been blessed for Angelicia to have joined us for our online concerts and workshops, as we are thrilled to have her back.
Hey Virginia, my name is Angelicia Rogers, trumpetess. I am a Virginia native, but currently I'm sheltered in place here in the Bronx, New York, where I live. How are you guys doing? I'm so excited to be a part of SiNG in Place ARTivism. I'm so grateful for the collaboration. It's definitely been a little something to help keep me busy during this pandemic. I've been able to participate in different regards, and I'm grateful for that. COVID-19 pandemic, what's going on politically? It's a lot going on in our world. It's a whole lot. And we're fighting for environmental justice. We're fighting for all of these things. And I really believe that this time came as a reflection. It came as a period where everything kind of comes to a head, and it gives you a chance to say, something's going on. What needs to be done so that we can fix it? And I mean, you know, we've been singing that song for a while, but sometimes things have to come to a head, and I believe that that's what's going on. So my prayer, my thoughts, my wishes is for you and your family to be safe, and I pray that, and I hope that you've been able to take this time of reflection and just grab that something that's going to help give you the fuel to continue forward. That being said, I thought it only befitting to share a selection that has done that. A song that is in my personal toolkit that I pull out when I need something, and that's Amazing Grace. Enjoy.
Thank you, Angelisa. And now we welcome another strong and uplifting voice from the community of Union Hill, Ella Rose. Ella lives 150 feet from the proposed compressor station for the Atlantic Coast Pipeline, and her presence, always stylish, tireless, both gentle and fierce, has been vital to this 5-year struggle to stop the compressor station and the environmental racism its siting embodies. As a member of Friends of Buckingham and alongside her dear friend Chad Oba, who recorded this video, Miss Ella has reminded everyone on a statewide and national stage that we are all Union Hill.
Good evening. I hope that you all are staying safe, wearing your mask while you're out, and social distancing. 6 years ago, I attended a meeting at the Union Hill Church near to my home. This is when I learned about the Atlantic Coast Pipeline that Dominion Energy was planning to put through our neighborhood. Later, I learned that the only compressor station, a highly polluting part of the pipeline, was planned to be directly adjacent to my home, the home that I had saved for and had retired to 2 years before. I listened for a long while and attended all of the meetings. I learned about how our air, our water would be impacted, and our health. We all learned together, and we stuck together. I attended and spoke at public hearings by the state, and the Federal Energy Commission. With all of this, I felt unheard. I was abandoned by a process that did not serve me or consider my human rights. Later, I traveled with my neighbor, Chad, director of Friends of Buckingham, to Boston, to New York City, to Washington, D.C., to North Carolina, and Mississippi. I was honored to have Reverend Barbara II and former Vice President Al Gore visit my home and meet with the Buckingham community to learn about the ecological devastation that we all were facing. Finally, I felt heard. We deserve to be heard, and we deserve to be heard with dignity. We won at the Fourth Circuit Court, but Dominion Energy would not give up. So they still persist. This land where I live is stolen land, taken from the Native American indigenous people, and later stolen labor from the African American enslaved to work the land. The land that Dominion Energy bought is even on former plantation land. As America comes to terms with the history of tragedy, death, murder, and racism in the middle of a pandemic, it is nothing that I have ever like it that I have ever seen before. I pray to God that this will bring a change. If we are getting killed one way, then it's another. No matter amount of medical attention would make up for breathing highly toxic air 24 hours for the rest of our lives. If I have with this experience become more courageous than when I started. I can't give up. I've learned that if you try, you will get help. Good people come to help you, but you can't just let other people fight for you. We are more than just one. We are everyone. May God bless you all, and thank you for the opportunity of speaking once more.
Thank you so very much, Miss Ella. And if you would like to support the work to defeat the proposed Atlantic Coast Pipeline and Buckingham Compressor Station, please visit friendsofbuckinghamva.org. Up next is my bandmate in the SiNG Collective, the talented singer, songwriter, educator, mother, and multi-instrumentalist Emily Blankenship Tucker. Joining Emily tonight is her wife and musical partner, Rachel Blankenship Tucker, who in addition to being a mother and gifted musician, is also known as the forager, specializing in harvesting wild food in Southwest Virginia. Together, Emily and Rachel form 2/3 of the beloved hot folk band Afterjack and are joining us from Ferrum, Virginia.
Hey everybody, Emily and Rachel here. We just want to say thanks. Thanks for showing up tonight for the 6th Sing and Plays concert. Thank you to everybody who's been part of this for the last several weeks. We've really been looking forward to Thursday nights, to the concerts and the workshops. We've made new friends. We've learned a lot. We've appreciated all of our guests and want to say a big shout out and thank you to my bandmates in the SiNG Collective for doing so much hard work to put all of this together. And making awesome stuff happen. And thank you everybody watching who's been telling friends and bringing friends and showing up to be part of this with us. It's been really grand. Tonight we thought we'd do a tune called The Union Maid, originally penned by Woody Guthrie. And thanks to Cappy Israel and Dar Williams for parts of the third verse. was a union maid who never was afraid of goons and ginks and company finks and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the union hall when a meeting it was called, and when the company boys came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Well, the union maid was wise to the tricks of company spies. She never got fooled by company's tools. She'd always organize the guys. She always got her way when she struck for higher pay. She'd show her card to the National Guard, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Who wanna be free, just take a little tip from me. Don't buy the mold we've all been sold. You gotta fight in history, as Angela Davis found. We're all together bound. Let race and class and gender join to stand on common ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, Emily, for that wonderful performance. And you can hear more of Emily's work at afterjackband.com. We are thrilled this evening to be joined by Yara Allen, Director of Theomusicology and Cultural Arts for Repairs of the Breach and the Poor People's Campaign, who will lead us this evening in song and with an important call to action.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're well, and I hope that your circles of love are well. I want to thank you, first of all. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this event. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this thing that we've been talking about for some years now. This collective effervescence, that energy that bubbles up and over. And it happens when we're all together, when we're singing and chanting, listening and praying all together. And while you stay in place, I invite you to join us on Saturday for the Mass Poor People's Assembly and Moral March on Washington online. How cool is that? You get to attend another event in your PJs, right? So, yeah, if you need a hashtag, I have one for you. It is hashtag, are you ready? June 2020. Yeah, that's it. June 2020. And if you want the website, it is www.june2020.org. Go ahead and RSVP us. Let us know you're coming. Invite somebody. Bring people with you. And let's all get together on that day and engage in this same type of creativity, this same type of energy as we make the nation hear us, as we put faces on the pain, right? And speak truth to power. Well, right now, I want to hear you sing. And we're going to do a song that I've been leaning into and leaning on for the past few weeks or more. It is Hold On, Keep Your Eyes on the Prize. Hold on. And if you're like me, sometimes it's all you can do to just hold your own self together. I want to encourage you as well. Keep your eyes on the prize. Justice is coming. It is. So let's sing together. Now, normally I am singing a cappella, unless I'm in one of those states where the musicians lend their wonderful gifts. Virginia, and other states that I visited and had that experience, as well as my home state, North Carolina. But today, thanks to my friend, Mr. Ronnie Thomas, who's a wonderful musician, we're singing to a track. And he's looking out for me because my vocals are very worn. But we're gonna make this work. I have you, and we're gonna lend energies, and you're gonna back me up. And if you feel like taking the lead, you see me struggling, jump in and get it, all right? So while I make nice with technology that's not always my friend, you can go ahead and start warming up: alto, soprano, tenor, bass, baritone, and then that wonderful category of freestyling, free-spirited people. I have no idea what I sing. Today, it doesn't even matter. You can sing all over the place. Take anybody's note. We're not gonna mind. It's all about the spirit. So this is call and response, as you know. I'm gonna call to you, hold on, and you answer back, hold on, and we'll just make it work together. Let's see if, as Reverend Barbara says, let's see if we can make this live. Call and response. Hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Well, Paul and Silas were bound in jail, had no money for to go their bail. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Paul and Silas thought they were lost. Dungeons shook and the chains fell off. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Justice's name is mighty sweet. One day soon, you know we're going to meet. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Yes, I got my hands on the justice plow. Wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Well, here's one thing that we did wrong. Stayed in the wilderness a little too long. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. But here's one thing I know we did right. It was the day that we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. You sound good. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Wow, you did it. You did it. Stay in place. Stay safe. See you Saturday. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
Thank you so very much, Yara, for your music and this important call to action. And to our viewers, please visit the Poor People's Campaign via the links below to join the Moral March on Washington this Saturday, June 20th. Up next, we have Devin Sproul. Grew up at Twin Oaks Intentional Community in Louisa County, Virginia, and has been living in Charlottesville with a couple detours to Austin and Berlin for the last 20 years. She teaches songwriting and guitar, writes, performs, and records songs. Devin, thanks for joining us as we sing in place.
Hey you guys, so happy to be with you tonight at SiNG, singing for you. My name is Devin Sproul. I'm at my house in Fry Spring. I am feeling the togetherness and the anxiety and the anger and the love and the confusion that I think a lot of you are also feeling. I'm glad we can be together, and I'm happy to play you a song I wrote last week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for raising your voices and being heard and continuing to fight. I think this song is called Not Another Love Song. Yeah, fresh song for y'all. Sunnin' and singing. A dozen fancies fancy dance under a listing deck tent. They say they want another love song while change hangs in the balance. They want a nose, rose, and a blindfold, tying on their titles like a trench coat. I will play, but not another love song. I will play, but not another love song. On this ship of privilege, the kitchen is underwater. This will be your last hurrah. You'll be swimming with the rest tomorrow, hoping your last meal will digest, and tying on your titles like a life vest. I will play, but not another love song. I will play, but not another love song. I'm no better than the rest. My foot's in my mouth like you did. But no love songs, I won't be the one who reinvents Cupid. I'm gonna be cleaning up what's broken, getting this wreck out of the ocean. I will play, but not another love song. I will play, but not another love song. I will play, but not another love song. Play, but not another love song.
Devin, thank you so much. You can hear more of Devin Sproul's music at devinsproul.com. Next,
We're going to feature a video produced by ARTivism Virginia in 2018, documenting the resistance to the proposed Buckingham Compressor Station air permit from communities in Union Hill and Buckingham County, Virginia, supported by the coalition fighting MVP and ACP. You can see and hear more stories of this resistance from ARTivism on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo.
We interrupt our programming. This is an emergency. Important details follow.
Just some of the compounds expected to be released from the Union Hill compressor station include benzene, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, nitrous oxide ammonia, and particulate matter.
You people have looked over us as if we don't exist. You need to be men and women and stand up for what is right. We can only speak what is good for our community, and we want it to stay just like it is.
We have become a family.
We do matter.
The biggest challenge is fighting the propaganda that Dominion, that's part of their conversation, because they do any and everything to advance the initiative for this pipeline.
But I would like to ask, when will polluting fossil fuel infrastructure be placed somewhere else other than in minority and disadvantaged communities? When is enough enough?
We challenge anyone who's in favor of this monstrosity of the compressor station. We challenge any of those folks to make a commitment to relocate and come into our community and live near this compressor station.
That's planted by the wall. Oh Lord, we shall not be moved. When our burden's heavy, we shall not be moved. When our burden's heavy.
In the fight to protect Virginia's environment from fracked gas infrastructure, and especially to protect the community of Union Hill, the Southern Environmental Law Center has been what we call our secret weapon. Their work is strategic, smart, inclusive, and effective. And I urge you to support it, what they do across the South. Southern Environmental Law Center lawyer Greg Bupert has led the fight against the Atlantic Coast Pipeline and in the protection of Union Hill. He's a man of mild, gentle demeanor and speech, but he packs a mean punch in court. We welcome, gladly, Greg Bupert.
Hi, this is Greg Bupert from the Southern Environmental Law Center. I'm talking with you on my back porch in Charlottesville, Virginia on the afternoon of June 16th. Thank you for inviting me to speak about pipeline litigation affecting ACP and MVP. As everybody knows, there have been a lot of pipeline cases involving these two projects. It's not surprising, they're risky and they're destructive. We only have a short amount of time, so I want to talk about the three most important cases today. The first is the Cowpasture River case in front of the Supreme Court. This case involved a very specific legal issue. Does the U.S. Forest Service, a federal agency, have authority to allow the Atlantic Coast Pipeline to cross the Appalachian Trail, which is a unit of the park system? We argued that the general rule applied. No federal agency can permit an oil or gas pipeline in a national park. Unfortunately, in a decision released yesterday, written by Justice Thomas, the Supreme Court disagreed. The court said the Forest Service does in fact have this authority. This decision has implications for both MVP and ACP because both of these projects want to cross the trail on national forest land. But it's important and really essential to keep this decision in context. It involves one issue with one permit for these projects, and both projects are missing multiple required permits. And that brings me to the next case I want to discuss, the Northern Plains case coming out of Montana. This case began in federal court in Montana, has now been appealed to the Ninth Circuit, and it involves Nationwide Permit 12. As we all know, Nationwide Permit 12 is the Army Corps' ridiculous permitting program that lets oil and gas pipelines cross rivers, streams, and wetlands with very little analysis and very little protection for water quality. In May, the federal court in Montana threw this permitting program out, and it threw it out for oil and gas pipelines all across the country. The Trump administration immediately appealed to the Ninth Circuit and asked the Ninth Circuit to put on hold that lower court decision while the appeal was pending. The Ninth Circuit refused. That's a very good result for ACP and MVP because both of those permits now cannot rely on Nationwide Permit 12. Of course, just yesterday, the Army Corps of Engineers appealed to the Supreme Court and asked the Supreme Court to intervene in the case. So stay tuned, the situation is still evolving. And finally, and most importantly, I want to talk about the Friends of Buckingham case that was before the Fourth Circuit earlier this year. In January, the Fourth Circuit threw out an air permit for a pipeline compressor station that Atlantic Coast Pipeline wants to put in the historic African American community of Union Hill. The problem throughout the permitting process was that neither the state nor the company recognized the existence of the Union Hill community. It wasn't until this case was before the Fourth Circuit that the Union Hill community was recognized. The state conceded that it had no reason to doubt that 84% of the population living around the compressor station was indeed minority. The problem is, outrageously, Dominion is back, trying to force the same facility in the same community. Union Hill and the people in Union Hill should not have to bear the brunt of an unnecessary and risky pipeline like Atlantic Coast Pipeline. We can't let this happen. Thank you. Thank you for talking with me today. I hope we can do it again in person sometime soon.
Greg, thank you for being with us and for the tremendous work you do. To learn more about and support the Southern Environmental Law Center, please visit southernenvironment.org. And up next, we have John Lewis, Amazetta Anderson, and myself in a collaborative original piece entitled Understand. John R.F. Lewis is the proud father of two beautiful sons, a Roanoke and Copper Hill, Virginia native, has more than 19 years of experience working with youth and adults. John is the owner and founder of Infinite Way Circle. He has a degree from VCU in psychology, minoring in religious studies, grad studies in nonprofit management, and certification in substance abuse prevention. Amazetta Anderson is a phenomenal community leader, educator, and advocate. She serves on numerous community committees for empowerment and change and several boards within the Roanoke City. Amazetta is an educator of African drums and knowledge, including serving at local area public schools. Amazetta is a lead agriculturist at Carver Community Garden in Roanoke, Virginia.
I tried to tell the black
Yo, you gotta understand, eyes blind to God for thinking he's a man. God body, but by golly, he's high snobby, elitist with the clan, stirring trouble in the pan. Hot black, pulling out kettle with a tan. We're divine behind our skin. Lies divide us when they conquer. Yo, they want a slice of the pie, but they got their hands in it. These upper crusts with the uppercuts got the upper hand. These underhanded cons that contradict your consciousness. The conflict these con artists depict false images on a big screen canvas. Disgusted. They disrupt our hippocampus with this hip-hop bandwidth. This Instagram, yo, be leaving us damaged. You getting the picture? Yeah, yo, between and betwixt this media mixture, speak tongues to twist you. Yo, what's broke, you can't fix it. These words they use, they take advantage. Television, point at vantage, shoot and then vanish. Mahia in Spanish, illusion, insanity. This candid camera use our vanities against us. But here we go, check it, yo. They break our minds and take our souls, but our hearts beat to the same note. We all walking down the same road, different shoes, same soul, same race, same blood, same goal, same ones. We done got the same pulse. Yo, we need to stand up and stay close. Recognize the truth. See the wolf stand there in plain clothes. See, here we go.
Understand. You gotta understand. Gotta understand. Understand my light shines bright like a star that leads to freedom. Follow the drinking board. Follow the drinking board. Understand humanity, the unity in community. My sweat and tears in this garden as I follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd. The old man waiting to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking gourd. My drinking gourd says black lie ladder. My drinking gourd leads us to freedom. My drinking gourd is a love for each other. My drinking gourd is truth for mankind. Understand, yeah. You gotta understand, you gotta look up. The stars will guide the way, 'cause you gotta look up. Follow, look up. Follow, you gotta look up. Follow, yeah, the stars will lead the way. Follow, follow the drinking gourd. You gotta look up. Follow, follow the drinking gourd. 'Cause you gotta understand, the stars will lead the way. You gotta understand, keep looking up. The stars will lead the way. Wow, Amazette and John, it was so wonderful to collaborate, and thank you for joining us. We're going to close the musical portion of this evening's program with the first collaborative effort of the SiNG Collective from the spring of 2019, To the River, a call to action for environmental protection and community defense. The recording was made along the paths of the Mountain Valley and Atlantic Coast pipelines using solar power and was shot by videographer Sarah Hazelgrove.
I'll take you to the river, tell you what I see. I see the truth in the water, shining back at me. Everything in time since the world began. Feel it breathing in the air, feel it buried in the land. I'll take it to the river, tell you what I hear. I hear the thunder in the distance, I hear the river say a prayer. Here come that company man, here come that big machine, here come the murder of the mountain, here come the in-between. I'll take it to the river, I'll take it to the truth. Every life is water running through you. What are you gonna hold to? What are you gonna do? I'll take it to the river, I'll take it to the truth. Watch it carve through the country, roll right into town. Everything in time, running through our veins. We got the river running through us, no river runs in vain. I'll take it to the river, I'll take it to the truth. It's a water running through you. What are you gonna hold to? What are you gonna do? I'll take it to the river, I'll take it to the truth. I'll take it to the river, I'll take it to the truth. Every life is a water running through you. What are you gonna hold to? What are you gonna do? I'll take it to the river, I'll take it to the truth. I'll take it to the river, I'll take it to the truth. I'll take you to the river, tell you what I hear. I hear the thunder in the distance, I hear the river say a prayer.
Thank you all so very much for joining us once again as we Sun Sing in Place. And we hope you'll be with us for our next concert on Thursday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks as well to all of our special guests this evening and throughout this series. Please visit their links below to learn more about their work and to heed tonight's important call to action. For more on ARTivism Virginia, visit us on Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, and Instagram to get involved in the fight for environmental justice in Virginia and throughout the nation. Until the next time, be well, friends, stay healthy and safe. Stay supportive of each other as we work for a better future because we will win.
you.